Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm seeing Fantastic Four in 40x. Got the glasses. It's clobbering time. Okay, so I just got back from watching the Fantastic Four First Steps. Here are my thoughts on it. So wow, Marvel really did it. They managed to fumble the Fantastic Four. That's very surprising. I know a lot of people are saying this movie is peak cinema and it's like better than Superman, better than Thunderbolts, but I think it's really bad. I did not like this movie. I give it a 5 out of 10. Honestly, I'd say it's worse than Superman. Superman's like a 6 for me. This movie was just mid. It was dull. Didn't really have any personality. This is like the one MCU movie that had like the most potential. It's set in an alternate reality. It's set in the 60s. So like the stakes are so high for this movie. We don't know if Galactus is going to win. We don't know if their world is going to die. We don't know what's going to happen to their baby. I didn't like the opening. It was so weirdly paced. It was just very hard to get into. And I found a lot of the acting and the chemistry, like the on-screen relationships between the 4 cast members, just very dull. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, I gave him a chance. I was never fond of that casting choice. I've always thought they should have brought like Adam Driver to the role or bring back John Krasinski to play Reed Richards, because I'm sorry, he just didn't do it for me. Pedro Pascal, I get that he's the smartest man alive, but he had no charisma, no wit. He was just very straightforward, looked like he didn't want to be there. Just a very boring performance. Joseph Quinn as Human Torch, honestly I was expecting a lot more from him. Again, just more dull dialogue. His jokes weren't really landing for me. I just didn't find him funny, honestly. I felt like he just mumbled a lot of his words and was trying way too hard to be kind of edgy in some scenes. And Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, honestly she did a good job, along with The Thing, Evan Moss, fucking Backcrack, whatever his name is. They were very good, but honestly, The Thing has nothing to do in this movie. He has some weird plot line with a girl he's talking to, like a teacher, that goes nowhere. I wasn't really vibing with the villains either of this film. Obviously, we've got the female Silver Surfer, which is like, who cares? They made Silver Surfer a woman. It's a different universe. I don't really care. But I just didn't find her backstory very interesting. I didn't sympathize with her as a character. I found her very boring. And you know, the obvious big bad of the movie, Galactus, we've been waiting since 2007 to see him on the big screen again. This is our first time actually seeing him in his comic accurate form. Again, just felt so predictable, very dull. It's like been there, done that. We've seen this type of shit before, just him sitting in a chair. And yeah, I wasn't very threatened by him. I could barely really hear what he was saying. The speakers in the theater, I just couldn't understand any of the dialogue. I didn't understand what his plan was, because he just mumbled. He mumbled his plan. I couldn't hear what he was saying. But I do think towards like the third act of the film, and like in the middle way of the film, the suspense did rise a lot. But the overall execution of the story and the ending, I was not very happy with. I guess I'll go into spoilers now, so click off if you haven't seen the movie. Galactus wants Reed Richards and Sue Storm's baby. Well, he doesn't want it. I don't know what he wants with the baby. He's willing to spare Earth so he could have their baby. I don't know if he wants to eat it. I don't know if he wants to absorb its power or something. I don't know what his plan was really. But that has a lot of stakes, honestly. We don't know if this Earth is going to survive. We didn't know how the Fantastic Four were going to get transferred into the MCU, because this isn't their universe. We didn't know the baby was going to live. We didn't know if he was going to be in Doomsday. And it's just the typical everyone lives happily ever after story. You know, the final battle, as intense as it was, I do feel like there should have been some death. Eventually Galactus does get hold of the baby, and he starts, you know, taking him away instead of eating him. I don't know what he wants to do with him. But Sue Storm, the strongest out of the team, which I do think is correct. I do think Sue Storm is the strongest out of the Fantastic Four members. Kind of just solos Galactus, and it's just her motherly strength. It's not like saying girl power, she's stronger than all the boys. It's like this is her motherly strength coming out to save her child, and she's pushing him into the portal. And I thought, what if Galactus gets sucked in with the baby, and the Avengers Doomsday is them looking for the child? But they save the child. Sue dies, which is the second time she's died in a Fantastic Four movie, and gets brought back to life. I think it happened in Rise of Silver Surfer. She died in that movie, got brought back to life. So it's just so predictable, very cliche. I never thought for a second that Sue Storm was dead, because the chair announcement for Avengers Doomsday already spoiled that. They already spoiled that every single cast member in the Fantastic Four is going to survive. Their world survives. We had all this potential to have our characters lose against Galactus and make him an actual big bad threat that's memorable. But now he just gets sucked into a portal. We're never going to see Silver Surfer again. We're never going to see Galactus again. And the post-credit scene, I didn't really vibe with. We didn't even see Robert Downey Jr. We see the robe of Doctor Doom with a child. What, like, that's, I don't understand that. And the second post-credit scene, like, fuck you to all those guys who said, make sure you wait for the last post-credit scene. It's not setting up anything. It's just a very good, funny post-credit scene. No, it's not. Like, just watch the first one and then leave. Honestly, Garganto is in this movie. I know I made a post a month ago saying how I thought the CGI looked bad, and everyone's saying, oh, it's a Little Caesars commercial. He's not even going to be in the movie. You're all fucking wrong. He was in the movie. The CGI did look bad, so I'm going to name and shame all those people who were fucking swearing at me because I was hating on the CGI. The CGI in this movie was very bad. The baby, I understand it's hard to work with babies on set in the film industry, and sometimes you have to resort to CGI, but it looked like some of the mask. Silver Surfer CGI was very bad as well. It's crazy how 2007, like nearly 20 years ago, that Silver Surfer looks better than the one in this movie, in the big 2025. I was not a big fan of special effects, even though I saw it in 4DX, which kind of tampered my viewing experience because I kept them shooting water in your face like every 2 seconds. But regardless, this movie was still very disappointing. I found it very boring. I actually wanted this movie to succeed. I wanted to give Pedro Pascal and all these other cast members a chance, but it wasn't good. I think it's very mid, and even my sister, who's not even the biggest fan of superhero movies, who loved Thunderbolts, didn't like this one. She gave it like a 2 out of 10. The most engaged I was with this film was the suspenseful moments because I didn't know what was going to happen. But now knowing what the end result was going to be, this movie was just dull. Very sad, I know, but I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. If you want to go and see it, I don't know why you're still watching because I just spoiled the entire movie. But hey, go watch it if you want to. That's just my thoughts. If you want to send hate comments, fuck you. Bye-bye.